Well, the stat of the night was at halftime when we had 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers in the first half against a team that's pressuring, denying, gambling on passes, trapping the ball handlers. So a lot of credit goes to Chris Likes and Zach Johnson, who really controlled the tempo on offense for us. They shared the ball, they scored the ball, and then a guy like Buka Zundu was just sensational at both ends of the court. His defensive activity, block shots, deflections, defensive rebounds, and then his production at the offensive end with 22 points, right? And then he had some terrific help from Deng Gak at the defensive end. Deng blocked some shots, got some rebounds, and really contributed. So it was a very, very good team effort.
Early on, you could tell that Ibuka really was focused, especially inside.
You know, I think he plays like that all the time, except sometimes he don't look to score. And he's not as aggressive. But today he was aggressive from start to finish. He was looking to catch the ball, and his teammates were looking for him. So it was very nice. I love to see him play that way.
Talking about turnovers, offensive efficiency in general, for what percent was that? A lot of guys scoring overall the offense.
Yeah, well, what do we have, 96 points? You score 96, you give up 50-something. It's a good night at both ends of the court.
Can you just talk about Buka?
Yeah, Buka was terrific. He was very aggressive at both ends, blocking shots, defensive rebounds, his little jump hook inside. He has a wonderful touch. I mean, some of those shots he makes almost look like they're routine, but they're not. You saw Deng, he got in there. It wasn't so easy for him. But he's young, he's learning, and we need to work with him on some of those finishes. He and Sam had opportunities to score it around the rim, so it was very nice to have Buka not only score 22, but they have him listed at 17 rebounds, and our staff thinks he had more. So who's in charge of that? Okay, Andy. We need to go back over the video and be sure that if he has 2 or 3 more rebounds, it would be nice for us to give him credit for the work he did.
Were you expecting him to be that improved this year? I mean, what did you see in the offseason from him?
Well, he played tonight like he normally plays when we're in the state of North Carolina. Like if you watch this game against North Carolina State in the last several years, or at Chapel Hill last year, or at Notre Dame last year, he's always been very, very capable. He's much stronger now. I don't know if you can notice that, but he doesn't get moved easily. And I think his teammates are very, very confident in him.
What is Zach Johnson that did? He seems to be more aggressive or just
Well, the last game, I didn't think he was as aggressive as we need him to be. And then last night I texted him, just play like you practiced. Because yesterday, he was sensational yesterday in practice. Like you look at him and you say, oh my goodness, he's shooting it, handling it, defending it, creating shots for others, creating shots for himself. And then I thought he played that way tonight. I think actually we need to check his assist because I think he had more than they have him recorded for.
anything else?
What do you, it's only been 2 games, but what do you know about your team right now after 2 games?
Well, what I'd like to explain is how scheduling works. You have a 30-game schedule during the regular season, and you have 12 non-conference games. And what we try to do in the non-conference is play both high major opponents and teams that come from a variety of leagues that we think will do very well in their own conference. So Stephen F. Austin is picked to win the Southland Conference. Lehigh is picked to win the Patriot League. We're going to play Bethune-Cookman on Saturday. They're picked to win the MEAC. Then the next games are in California, and now we're looking to play high major teams. So we play LaSalle, that's Atlantic 10. On our side of the bracket is a Northwestern, a Seton Hall, a Utah. We have a lot of high major teams from the Big East, from the Big Ten, and from the Pac-12. So that gives us the balance where you're playing against teams from what is called the mid-major, but are supposed to be really good in their conference, and high majors, which are supposed to be the power teams. And that balance should prepare us for an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament should we not win the ACC tournament.
It's very challenging to get those high major teams to Miami. Both cases, got a lot of teams that.
No, it's impossible. No, they're not going to come here. Scheduling is like recruiting. Trying to get a kid to sign with you is really hard. Trying to get a high major team to come here and play home and home. You know who we get? The ACC Big Ten team. That's it. Why? Because it's mandatory.
There's always got to be some far-away land for most of these matchups, right?
Yeah.
Bahamas or Atlantis or Vegas.
Right, exactly. What you really are looking at is exempt events, the things that are hosted by special events. So ESPN hosts the events that we play in. So they're going to be televised by ESPN.
Is it something that systematically should change so we can probably get a better home schedule across the board?
Well, are you asking me for my opinion?
Yes.
Well, in my opinion, 351 Division I schools for basketball is way too many. Oh, there should be, how many football teams?
30.
Yeah, if there were 130 Division I basketball teams, then we would all be forced to play each other. That would be outstanding. But that's not going to happen.
Anything else?
We just had 125 FCS teams.
Thank you for that bit of information.
Very